Now this is a case to get excited about. Corsair has just sent over their brand new Corsair 678C, and it's exactly the sort of enclosure that I've been looking for. Rather than focusing on flashing lights or impractical styling, Spec Amiga, this case actually tries, and succeeds, to fully accommodate and show off all of your hardware while keeping noise levels to an absolute minimum. I wanted to spec up this system to give you some ideas for your next gaming rig, as well as to test out some hardware to see if it's worthy to make it into my upcoming personal rig. I will be teasing this over the next couple of weeks, so if you're not already, please be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram for the latest news and behind the scenes action. This PC though begins with the graphics card. Hot off the presses, we have the GTX 1660 Ti. As absolutely terribly named as it is, Asus sent out their Strix card for this test. And as you'd expect, it's filled with RGB and packed with an overbuilt cooling system that allows near silent operation even under load. You won't find any fancy ray tracing effects or clever DLSS algorithms here, but it's exactly the price performance card that many of you have been asking for. In terms of the processor, we once again have the Intel i5-9600K, and this was provided by Intel for a previous build. It's not the most feature-rich CPU out there, but for gaming, it's exactly the balance we need, as it's capable of supporting high frame rate gaming, and you're not paying for cores that you'll probably never use. In order to get the most out of the chip, I'm using the Z390 Strix-E, and this is a motherboard that Asus sent out a few months ago. I think that at this price, an error code display really should have been included, but otherwise I've been really pleased with it. It's very good looking, it supports a huge amount of fans, and it has a built-in heatsink to prevent your M.2 SSDs from thermal throttling. And yes, that is a very clean segue into storage, because we have the brand new Samsung 970 Evo Plus memory. I guess you could think of this as a standard 970 Evo, but with a fair boot up the bum. 1 TB of storage is a perfect start to any gaming computer. But with read-write speeds both exceeding 3000 megabytes a second, there's absolutely nothing beginner about this drive in the slightest. Props to Samsung for sending this one out. Now alongside the case, I also have some other cool toys from Corsair, and the most striking is the latest Dominator Ram. Now this has always been as luxurious as memory gets, but now it's packed with these tiny little Capellix RGB modules, and they give you some really unique lighting effects to go with the stability and speed you'd expect from such a premium memory kit. So if you're watching this video and you're wondering what the effect behind me is, this one is called Stack, it's enabled in iQOO. It's pretty much like Tetris, but to be honest, that was probably trademarked, so they've called it Stack. I'm powering the system with an RMI 850, and this has given me the chance to try out the newest custom cable kits that Corsair unveiled this year at CES. The braided look always adds that little bit extra uniqueness to your system, but new this time round are the included combs that come pre-fitted, which can actually save you a huge amount of time. There's also a matching extension kit for the front panel connectors. They are a little fiddly to install, but ultimately they can complete the look. It's just a shame that USB 3.1 wasn't included in the kit, however. And unfortunately, this wasn't as bad as things got for this system, as there was a larger issue at hand, and here it was with the cooling. To mix things up a little bit and to not look like a major Corsair fanboy, I reached for Gamerstorm's Captain A RGB that I received from Deepcool last week. And this is a 240mm AIO, with the thing that makes it stand out being its uniqueness, as it's a very attractive bit of kit, a clear centerpiece when placed inside any tempered glass chassis. It's a shame then that I've come away disappointed, as the mounting system just caused me a huge amount of hassle, even to the point where I've been unable to get it really fitted properly. The problem lies between a clash with the motherboard and cooler backplates, as there just isn't enough of a gap to allow the plate to rest flush, and as a result, I can't screw the posts in from the other side without the use of pliers. Now I'm sure that this won't affect most people, as it is going to depend on the exact motherboard you have, but the fact remains that I used this board only a few weeks ago with a Cooler Master cooler, and it worked absolutely fine. So I think this is a bit of a design oversight from the Deepcool team. Cooling aside though, the entire system was a really fun one to build, and dare I say looks pretty neat if I say so myself, even without the use of a single RGB strip. I instead opted to swap all of the fans in the system for Corsair's ML Pro RGB, as these are currently my favourite on the market thanks to the huge range of speeds and very attractive coloured looks. After a tune-in AI suite, the PC is indeed silent at all but the toughest loads, with the sound dampening material clearly doing its job very well. The thing that I really like here is the flexibility, as during day-to-day use you can keep all the doors closed and equip the top piece for completely silent operation. But as soon as you get gaming, well, open up the front panel and whack on the top dust filter. Everything will be able to breathe and you'll end up with a quieter and in some cases faster PC without any effort at all. In terms of benchmarks, well, it's the 1660 Ti that leads the show here, and combined with the i5 9600K, we see some pretty good numbers across the Battle Royale showdown. This isn't a 4K system, so I wouldn't advise pairing it with a UHD display, but for high refresh rate 1080p or 60Hz Quad HD, well, it's a fantastic performer. If you do want to learn a little bit more about any of the parts featured, or of course check out current pricing, I will leave my Amazon affiliate links down in the description below. And if you do want to check out some more price point themed builds, then you can find these in the end screen. But I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button, as it is the most important thing. You wouldn't believe it really helps out. So if you could do that, I would much appreciate it. And obviously get subscribed as well for more videos just like this. If you want to see more computer builds, including that personal rig update, it is coming very soon. But I guess we should focus on this case for a second, because I think it will divide a lot of people. Is this an attractive thing that does exactly what you want it to do, or is it just a little bit, I don't know, 10 years ago, a bit dull and boring? Let me know down in the comments section below, as well as what you think it costs, because I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit on the expensive side, but ultimately I guess only time will tell, as it's currently unconfirmed. So thank you so much for watching this video though, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.